Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give our honor and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach Kodash. Double honors to the elders, the apostles, and the bishops of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect, starting with the 144,000, governing body of the nation of Yahshua Allah, and the men, the women, the true believers, in the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. May He have mercy on you in these last days. It's your brother Ibn wa Allah coming back at you another quick lesson. The Lord willing to be edifying. Just going to play this video clip. And before I play it, I just want to let it be known that this is for educational purposes only. I am not monetizing this video, nor will I make any funds off of it. It is literally to educate on the topic, okay? So I'm going to just go ahead and play it. Got a couple of precepts, and we're moving on to the next lesson.
Comments that be like, oh, but you're so pretty. Sorry, let me just, real quick, I'm gonna hold your hand when I tell you guys this. I have HIV. I'm autoimmune, not ugly, okay?
HIV doesn't have a face. The ones you think won't have it will have it. That's the craziest comment somebody could make. Oh, but you're pretty. How do you have HIV? Basically, is what she's saying. Like, HIV just gonna make you look ugly.
Y'all, this tea is coming in so hot, and I gotta give it to y'all. So it's a guy right now. He is going on a complete range because he just tested positive for the heebie-jeebies. Don't mind me because I just been eating Doritos. So basically, he said that he met a DL guy, and they did their 1-2 on July the 6th. He tested positive on July the 12th. Back in January, he went and did his regular routine work, blood work. His test was negative then. The only reason that he went and got tested again on July the 12th because he said immediately after him and this guy did they 1-2, he felt sick. Like, could you imagine getting up from laying with a man and all of a sudden you feel like you got flu and COVID symptoms? He was like, his body was weak. He was feeling warm. Like, he just did not feel right after. And he has not been feeling right for a week. So he went and got tested. Lo and behold, his results came back on July the 12th that he is now positive. He done went to looking for the boy at his mama's house. He done went to the boy's yard. The boy done goes to him. He ain't answering the phone, no nothing. I guess today the boy done posted on Facebook or Instagram or somewhere like that, talking about some old them lies and this, that, and the other. But everybody was like, well, show your my chart. Like, show that you don't got it. And he won't do it.
Wouldn't do it. I knew it. I just say HIV don't gotta look. Unless you are extremely skinny, because you know you'll lose a lot of weight. So that's the look, really. Somebody that you know already that's lost a lot of weight. Sometimes they get rashes and stuff like that, but a lot of times you can have no symptoms at all. It's called asymptomatic. That's why you really can't tell, not on everybody, but some people you can. That's all I'm saying. He could have already been skinny, though. I don't know. It's nothing about him, though. I ain't gonna lie. I'm sorry to say it, but maybe it's the face tattoos and all of that. He just looked like he would get down like that or something.
And this boy is saying, like, I have not been with nobody else but you. And you are the only person that I let go to sleep in me, if you know what I mean. He showed the text messages of the day that they linked up, which was July the 6th, showing that how a week later, I'm already tested positive. So, of course, everybody was like, it take a while for that shit to come up. But I'm like, damn, what he got, like, the super heebie-jeebies for it to just show up just like that? Like, that shit is just crazy. But he said, y'all can say what y'all want to say, this, that, and the other. I got to live with that shit, and I know who gave it to me. Here's the proof right here. And he will not even, the other guy would not even prove that he don't got it. But either way it goes, there's no reason for anybody to even be questioning him. Because if he say he got it and this way he got it from, that's where he got it from. Like, shit, you already done exposed that you got it. But this man is going in a complete range right now. When I tell you, he done put up to this man's jar. He done went to the boy mama house. All kind, like, he said he want that fade. That's exactly what he said. He said he want to fight. He ready to skin his boy knees. Because he's like, how did you just mess up my life like that? And I feel so bad for him because he was just crying. And he's like, I am 30 years old. Like, I literally was going after lust. And he even said, like, he wish he would have just left the GAY life alone. Like,
So let me just get this precept real quick because it's apparent this man knew what he was doing was wrong, And this is the result. This is Galatians chapter 6. Chapter 6 and verse 7. It says, "Be not deceived, for the Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap." That's what he sowed. He sowed to his flesh. It says, "For he that soweth to his flesh shall of the flesh reap corruption." And now the body is corrupted, and it ain't going to never be the same again. "But he that soweth to the Spirit shall the Spirit reap life everlasting." Okay? And that's the sentiment around every last individual in this video, because that's what they ultimately did. They sold to the flesh. And so when you sold to the flesh, you disregard what Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has set up for man and woman and how they should operate, okay, when it comes to intimacy, okay?
I just wish I would have left it alone if I knew that this was going to be the consequence of it.
How didn't he know that could be the consequences of it? What? What, man? That's what comes with it for a lot of them. You could get HIV. I don't think he was that naive to the fact that he could catch it, engaging in high-risk behaviors like that.
I feel so bad for him because he's like, why me? I don't know, but I'm still trying to figure out how you just get it with the weed. Like, that man must have got a powerful strand for it to just come up like that.
Or he been had it.
Guys, HIV is real. My 15-year-old daughter is HIV positive. You will...
15. That's young, man. That's real young. To be sexually active, but not only that, having HIV already. I'm saying already, like, just period. But at 15, it's very soon. Whole life destroyed.
You'll be surprised how she caught it. Story time. So, not too long ago, my daughter, which is my 15-year-old daughter, she has been feeling very, very unwell. She's been like catching a cold, which never seems to shift at all. She's complaining of mouth ulcers. She's complaining about muscle aches and cramps, complaining about, headaches, and also, losing weight. At first, I just thought, it's just a cold because of the change of weather. So I kept putting it off taking her to see the doctor. But anyway, because her weight was like, dropping down drastically, that's when I decided to take her to go see a doctor. When we arrived, I explained everything to the doctor. The doctor said they've got to run some tests, everything basically. I agreed because they needed to get to the bottom of what exactly is wrong with our daughter. He then comes out and asks me, just me only, to come to the office because he wants to talk to me. When I entered, he looked very worried. I also looked worried because why is he just asking to talk to me and without my daughter present? Anyway, he proceeded to ask if myself or my husband, we are HIV positive. I thought, what a weird question for him to be asking. Why is he asking this? And I told him, no, we are not HIV positive. Then he dropped the bombshell that our daughter tested HIV positive. My world came crashing down. I didn't even know how to take this news. I started thinking and wondering, how on earth did my daughter catch this? Anyway, the doctor said they need to run some tests as well on myself, my husband, and the rest of the children, which we agreed. We had the test done. All our results came back negative. So we asked our daughter, what's been going on. She refused to tell us, not even me, not her father. We tried, and she wouldn't tell us. So the doctor decided to talk to her. Upon persisting, she finally opened up. She said that there is this guy who lives in, face you, I face me, in our compound house. We lived in a compound house, which is a face me, I face you, and he rents one of the rooms. This guy apparently has been sleeping with my daughter since the age of 10 years old.
Whoa. I don't know what to say. Sound like a predator got her.
Now. And not only that, he also invites his friends to also sleep with our daughter.
Wow. She getting passed around. Underage. Sound like she got molested by the guy. And he gave her HIV. Or one of them. Or I don't know. We really don't. Let's see.
The doctor asked our daughter how many men were there in total. I was shocked. 10 men in total. who have been raping our daughter from the age of 10 years old up until now. And you know what? I blame myself because I run a stall in the market. So my children would go to school on their own and come back home on their own. There's always food for them to eat. Their dad works as a truck driver, which means he's always away for periods of time before we even get to see him. I was focusing so much on my business that I neglected my children.
Yeah.
While America was distracted, something big just happened. The Federal Reserve quietly rolled out a new system called Fed.
It has to be.
Now, so in that situation, you see, it's still wickedness because she should be at home, you know, and even though the young lady was, you know, looks like passed around, it happened for a long time. So you have to, you know, extrapolate from the situation. Maybe she started liking it because she didn't say nothing. You know, I don't know. But all I know is these are plagues sent by the Heavenly Father for wickedness. All right? For sexual deviancy, for immoral sexual behaviors, right? For being out of order sexually. This is Babylon. This is this whole earth, you know, and that's why it's got to be cleaned up. But the Lord said it would be like this, you know, in these last days. These things will just increase, and it's another token of how we know we're at the end. All right. There ain't, you know, too much more on this video. I want to get the precepts now. Before I go to my line of precepts, I want to hit this. This is Jeremiah 4:22. For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are fools. They are Sodom's children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge. And that's the point. Even this podcaster, he doesn't understand that these things are happening because of wickedness. And the Lord said, you know, because you don't listen to his servants, the prophets, okay, and you continue your wickedness, that's going to be the very device that judges you. 1 second, real quick. Let me get this. Yeah, this is Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 30. It says, I'll start at verse 29. Yep. Yeah, you got to read all this. I'll start at verse 27. This is Proverbs 1 and 27. It says, when your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you. And that's distress and anguish is going to increase with all these people that have been subjected or hit with this plague, okay, HIV. It says, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they will not find me. For they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. You heard what the lady said. Well, not the lady, but the lady that was speaking on the Jake, who actually caught the HIV from laying with another man. He said he regretted and wished he had gave up his GAY lifestyle, right? So that let you know, no, he knew better that it was wrong, but he kept going, right? It says, Proverbs 1 and 30, they would none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. They despised all my correction. You don't think, obviously he knew it was wrong because he was probably corrected on it. Obviously that little girl knew what she was doing was wrong, but she never spoke up about it. So she didn't want to be corrected on it. You know, you could say, well, you don't know. You wasn't there. She was a little girl. She was manipulated. Sure. But goddamn, for 5 years, And then one girl, at the beginning of the video, I'm pretty, but I still have, so and so. Well, where does that come from? From being promiscuous. It says, verse 31, therefore, they shall eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices. You see? That's the end result. Right? Let me go to the precepts. These are going to be real quick hitters. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15. Let me just get right to the point. I'm going to start at verse 4. It says, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. It says, actually, I'll start at verse 3. 2nd Ezra 15:3. Fear not the imaginations against thee, and let not the incredulity of them trouble thee, the unbelief. It says, that speak against thee, for all the unfaithful should die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world for wickedness, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Death is coming to the way of the people that have this disease. You see, it's a judgment tool put on the people. All right, for the whole world, but it's a curse on you so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native Americans, because you're not supposed to be what? You're not supposed to be cursed. You're not supposed to be getting hit with these plagues of Babylon, but because you participate in the wicked activities of this kingdom, you receive the judgments of it. It says, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. The whole earth, all the nasty, abominable acts of America have polluted the whole earth. Because even though you got other places in the world where, the free mole lifestyle, women on women and just being sexually immoral, okay, it's rampant. Even this situation with the little girl again. Because she may very well have been manipulated, but you didn't hear anything about her life was threatened, and so it really wasn't graping. It was just sounds like a mutual setup that she was participating in. Graping is when you yell out about your situation and it's stopped, and then persecution starts. Well, not persecution, but judgment. But this lasted, that situation lasted for 5 years. So that is, in fact, an individual, a young woman who consented continually until what? Until judgment came. And now it's being looked at as, oh, she was molested. She was, nah. That little bitch knew better. All right. It says, verse 7, therefore, 2nd Ezra 15:7, therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood cry unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. I'm going to jump down. It says, verse 11, but I will bring, now I don't want to read that. Let me go over to this 2nd Ezra chapter 16. This was going to be a quick hit, because ultimately this is the result of what? Of breaking the Lord's commandments. This is the result of iniquity. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, And I'm going to start at verse 18. No, I'm sorry, verse 19. He says, behold, famine and plague and tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for an amendment, a correction, right? Because everything is out of order. These diseases that we're seeing now, the Lord prophesied it through the prophet Moses in the book of Deuteronomy. And I'm going to close out with that. Just so you know, this is correction. All right? And it was spoken of in the days of old. Let me get that. It says, but all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness. See? And they don't. Everybody continues in nasty, freaky, abominable works. It says, nor be always mindful of the scourges. But when Jacob's trouble come, then you people are going to realize that a prophet was among you. You see? One second. It says, behold, verse 21, vitricols should be so cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in a good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth. The sword, famine, a great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish in famine, and the others that escape hunger and shall that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Okay. Also, the plagues, right? These things were sent as a correction and ultimately to destroy you because you would not turn back, right? That's why I read that. This is Deuteronomy. Oh, man. Lost my spot. Salakia. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 58. If thou wilt not observe to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, the whole Bible, right? Specifically the Torah, right? It says that thou mayest fear this glorious and fearful name, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. See, the people don't fear that name. Jesus tell you, oh, you've been sleeping with another man. Okay, I forgive you. You did it again. Okay, I forgive you. You did it again. Okay, I forgive you. You did it again. Okay, I forgive you. Oh, you got AIDS now. You got a disease. Don't worry. You can keep doing it. We got drugs for that. Don't worry. Just call on my name, Jesus, and you can keep perpetually sinning because I died for you. No. No, no, no. It's judgment for that. Payback. You're not going to just keep doing abominable things in the eyes of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua and not think judgment ain't going to come. Scourges for correction. You see? It says, verse Deuteronomy 28 and 58 again. If thou wilt not observe to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear this glorious and fearful name, the Lord thy power, which is Yahweh, then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, not wonderful in a good way, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long continuous and sore sickness, and of long continuance. Let me read that again. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 59. Then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long continuance, and sore sickness, and of long continuance. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, all the diseases of Egypt is today too, right? Because today America represents Egypt as well for the idolatry, okay, and all of the wicked practices. It says, which thou was afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. And every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. You see that? And this was prophesied, okay, from prophet to prophet, okay, generation after generation. This is Jeremiah 28 and 28. It says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. Pestilence are going to continue. Plagues are going to continue. All these evils are going to continue until what? Until the government of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai is put in order. That's when it's going to come to end. That's when you'll find peace and safety. But not until then. Until then, you so-called Negro, Latinos, Native Americans, especially those who refuse to receive the words of Yahweh Bahashim Shai and correct yourself before he does, yeah, you're just going to die. You're going to have slow deaths, quick, swift deaths, but you're all going to be raised back up for what? For that fire, pursuant to John chapter 5, right? So, Lord willing, this is edifying. I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Ruach Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the bishops of Great Millstone. Shalom.